Okay, should have addressed this previously, and continues with this, but put this in summation notation. And I made a mistake here, you see what I smudged. So, gotta be careful what I do, okay? And it's just, am I using I or am I using J? Well, we see that the second subscript, which corresponds to J in our standard notation, corresponds to the number of the column, okay? Keeps changing, okay? So here J is going to go from 1 to M, right? And I, your first component, is always going to be 1, your first subscript, okay, because you're in the first row. Okay, so it's A1J, I wrote AIJ carelessly, but A1J times negative 1 to the 1 plus J times MIJ. And you see that that'll match up and give you, if you let J equals 1, it'll give you this. If you let J equals 2, it's going to give you this, and so forth. Okay? Now we use more general terms, notation down here. We're going to use the negative 1, the powers of negative 1 to alternate our pluses and minuses. Okay? So down here, let's just take this one. I'll leave this one for you to plus 1. Okay? But on this one, it's the, I use okay, that's all right. To be consistent with the usual notation, these should have been I's, and these should have been J's. Okay?
To be fair, variable is a variable.
Variables are variables, but I and J are usually first and second subscript. Okay? So I probably want to change all these J's to I's, and I probably want to change all these I's to J's. Since I'm doing this one, just to avoid confusion, I'm going to change all my I's to J's. And if there's any confusion in this one, write it out with I's instead of J's, right? So that's column J. Okay, so now, J is going to go from 1 to N, right? And I had ANJ here, it should be ANN. So not only did I make a mistake, but then I corrected the mistake with another wrong symbol. And this should be NN. Okay? Okay, so now, it's J that's going to go from 1 to N, and it's going to be J doesn't go from 1 to N. J is always J. And it should be NJ. So I thought I made a mistake, and I hadn't, but I made one already. Okay? Sorry. Okay, so we're in column J. J isn't going to change. J is the number of the column. I need to get that straight. I'm sure you have it straight. So it's not that J is going to change. What changes is the first subscript, which we usually denote as I. So I is going to go from 1 to N. And then it's going to be negative 1 to the I plus J. It's going to be times AIJ, and it's going to be MIJ. Okay? Now remember, J stays constant. Okay? There's no summation from J equals 1 to anything. Okay? J is just any number between 1 and N. So you can do any column from the first to the last. And This is how you write it in summation notation.
Does it matter what order the three are in, or
Doesn't matter what
order the 3 points of this are in?
what order the,
I'm not really sure what the word would be, but like A, -1, and M, does it matter what order they're in since they're being multiplied?
well, you've got to generally do it in this order. Because you do a numerical coefficient first. Okay? And this is a coefficient of this. Okay, so you have two coefficients of Mij, numerical coefficient and a symbolic coefficient. And for that reason, you usually do it in this order. That's the grammatical order. But if you put it in a different order, it's okay. I'll just tell you not being grammatical. I'm not going to penalize it. I'm just going to say nobody's going to understand you, but go ahead and say it that way. Okay? Make sense? Okay, so sorry for the confusion, but I think you can see through it. And you know, just I'm going to make all these J's into I's. So now we have the I throw. Make sure there's a clear dot over all of these so that they're I's. Okay? Don't know why I wanted to talk about the J throw, but that just popped into my head. That's what I did. Wasn't wrong, it was ungrammatical. Which means for you guys it's a little confusing, so sort it out. Not hard to sort out.